Hey guys, welcome to another video where I will show you the step-by-step guide on how you can build AI multi-agent workflows on mypow.io to automate different parts in a business. In today's video, let's look at how to build this ultimate AI blog post generator with mypow.io, complete with researching and analyzing competitor blog posts for content gaps, then making an outline out of it, and doing deep research to gather every information needed for the final blog post, gathering all of the keywords needed to be included in the blog post, write the blog post itself, as well as planning and generating all the illustrations to be integrated throughout the blog post, then doing the repurposing afterwards for all the channels that we need to promote the blog post on. And in the end, you will have an AI multi-agent workflow like this on MyPal to reuse across multiple blog post ideas. Let's start first by running this AI workflow so that you can see how it works. Then I will break down my thinking process behind the planning of this workflow, why I make the decisions regarding which human inputs to include or which steps to execute, and the relationships between the different steps. And then we will try rebuilding this AI workflow from scratch so that you can do it yourself too. Let's start a new run and providing some initial inputs here to kickstart the process. Let's say I'm wanting to write a blog post about use cases of Gen AI in marketing. And since the blog post purpose is to also seamlessly introduce about a certain company, in this case is my company, mypow.io, I will need to provide the information and references about my company so that the workflow has better context to write about here. So the company information in this case is mypow.io, a platform for building AI agents and multi-agent workflows to automate business processes. And for the company references, I can include MyPal's website here, as well as I think I can get a product guide video from our YouTube channel, so that the workflow has better understanding of our product in order to talk about us more relevantly. And then in the content requirements, I would I would emphasize that emphasize on MyPal's core strength, the multi-agent workflow feature to facilitate sophisticated use cases with Gen AI in marketing. Let's just say so. Then click continue to kickstart this whole process. Now the workflow starts with scraping the top ranking blog posts about this topic using Access Search API here. And this is its report. So it's gathering a bunch of different blog posts and articles about AI in marketing, all from some recent posts here. There are 10 of them, and all related to AI. And then it passes on to my next step, identify content gaps, which will loop through each of the 10 blog posts gathered and read the detailed content in each page, then make the analysis about the key aspects covered and the potential content gaps for each blog post. So this is the first one. It's an analysis for the website from the blog post from McKinsey here. And then this is the next one. It also some potential content gaps identified. And then it will continue doing so until finishes all the 10 blog posts like gather from the previous step. And as you can see here, I'm assigning Gemini 2.0 Flash to do this analysis, and it's so fast. I really like that aspect about Gemini 2.0 Flash. Sometimes it's too fast that even though my job is just to read this out loud, I could barely keep up. So, okay, it's already finishes the eighth blog post. This is the ninth one. And I think it's moving to the last blog post that we're having here. And it's done too. So now that I have identified the content gaps in all of the blog posts I can find, I have another step to identify the company bridge. So essentially to like plan how to seamlessly promote mypal.io within the blog post on this topic. So it takes in the references about mypal and the topic, etc., to suggest a seamless way to introduce about mypal in this case. And this is the blog post outline suggested based on the content gap analysis and the company bridge. Before that, suggested by O3 Mini here that you can see. So the title, introduction, different sections here. And then I have a deep research step. Its purpose is to find all the information the final blog post needs to write the most comprehensive and thorough blog post based on the outline. So what it does is that it takes in the outline from this last step here, and it plan all the search queries it needs to do to conduct the online research and then report back on its findings here. So the first query is generative AI definition and key functionalities. So this is just some basics. And then research the ROI and efficiency benefits of generative AI here. So its findings as well as some relevant sources that it's hyperlinked here. And then it researching some specific use cases of AI in marketing. In this case, customer segmentation and targeting, and I think it has ad campaign optimization too. Now, I actually set the limit of this deep research to 6 queries, I think so. So that's why it just includes 6 research tasks in this case. But if you want the AI to do more research to get more comprehensive information, you can increase the limit of how many times it could do to do the research. So yeah, so this is the fifth query about some about some ethical considerations here, like bias or data privacy, intellectual property, etc., the transparency and explainability, so consumer autonomy and manipulation. So some of the considerations that we need to keep in mind when implementing AI in marketing. And this is some future trends in generative AI for marketing that it's found out here from different sources on the internet. And after it's done with all of the, I think, 6 research queries here, it will move on to the next step, the keyword research, which basically it will identify all the keywords I should include in the blog post to better rank SEO wise. So this is all of the keywords I recommend. And now, now that we have the research results, we have the outline, we have the keyword recommendations, I have O3 to help me write the final blog post in this case. And this blog post writer should be trained on my personal, brand voice, so that it's written in the style that fits me the most. Actually, O3 Mini is a new model from OpenAI, and though it's pretty bad at formatting, to be honest. As you can see, it doesn't have the highlighting syntax like Markdown in this case, the different headings, etc. But I think I pretty like its writing style. So it's up to you to decide which model you want to use in this case. For me, I can use O3, but for you, you can use Claude 3.5 Sonnet or Gemini 2.0 Flash. It depends on your preferences and your industry too, because some AIs may excel at different industries than others. And now the blog post content is ready. I have a step to plan and generate the illustrations to include in the blog post. So it just suggests like 5 illustrations here, and then it uses a tool to generate image with DALL-E to generate the image for me. And if actually you can see that you can see the actual prompt it uses to generate the image in this case. So this is I make sure that it follow the style, the constructivism style here, and do not include words in the image. But actually, I think it does include some words here, so you may need to regenerate this. But anyway, it will keep doing this. Follow. Okay, this one is pretty good. It following the exact style I want. It doesn't include any words and convey that feeling of futuristic. So I think this one is pretty okay. And now this is the next one, AI in ad campaign optimization. I think the style is pretty okay, pretty consistent with my with the prompt that I put in. And then it will continue doing this for different illustrations needed for this blog post. We have 5 here, so let's wait a little bit until it finishes all of these. So this is another image that we can use for the part about customer segmentation. So actually the style that I'm putting here is a little bit abstract here. So that's why you see all of these abstract images. But there are different styles that AI can do, so feel free to customize this to your preferred image style too. So that is both convenient, it's both consistent and fits your aesthetics the most. So this is another one about multi-agent here. So pretty abstract way to share about the multi-agent systems. And then I have DeepSeek to suggest some blog post titles I could use here. It's suggesting 10 blog post titles based on the content. And then there's a step, a human input step, where it asks me about which blog post title should be the final one, and then what repurposing channels I wanna pick for the repurposing step. Let's say let's pick this third title here. From data to dollars, leveraging generative AI for hyper-personalized marketing. And then I can select the channels that I want to promote the blog post on. In this case, let's say I want to promote on LinkedIn and Twitter X, for example. Then I can click continue. And the last step here would plan the task it needs to do based on my selection. In this case, I just select 2 channels, so that's why it just planned to post the LinkedIn post and the Twitter post in this case. But if I select more channels, then this it will also plan the task accordingly. So it's very flexible. And so this is the LinkedIn post writer, and this is the Twitter post writer. This is actually the Twitter thread. So that's why it's this long. Now, and then in just a matter of minutes, we already got everything we need here. The blog post backed up by careful research and content gap analysis, as well as the promotional posts needed to promote the blog post across the different channels that I have. So so how can we build this AI system? Let's take Before jumping straight into building an AI workflow on MyPal, let's take a step back and take a look at this system from a high-level perspective so that you guys could understand why I'm doing what I'm doing and can differentiate between what are the things that are must-haves for this use case and what are the things that you can freely adjust however you see fit. Okay, so when it comes to writing blog posts with AI, there are thousands of ways to create a blog post, and each business with each type of customers and industry will have your own way of doing the blog post. But this is the most common way of doing a blog post that I that I see from many examples. And the way it works is that the AI workflow would start with a human input step to request a human for input about the topic that the AI should write, about the company information and the references about the company, if any. So there's no way the AI could know all of this without human explicitly sharing. So we would need this step right here. One thing to keep in mind though is that the purpose of this AI workflow I'm building is to act as some sort of a lead magnet or a free tool I'm sharing for other people. So because I'm sharing this tool with a lot of customers and each customer have their own company and business, so that's why I include the company information and references here so that the user, whoever they are, can provide the information that is specific to them. But if you are building this AI workflow for yourself or for your company or your client, chances are you don't need these two inputs here, because these inputs could easily become the background knowledge sources of your AI agents, and you don't have to re-enter this information again and again all the time. And then after I have this input from human, I have a step to scrape the top ranking blog posts on the internet about the topic using EXA. So EXA is simply a tool that allows you to scrape the top pages of a search query. So I'm using it right here. By the way, it's also available as a template tool on MyPal, so you can just duplicate into your workspace to start using. Then after this step, I probably will have 6 or 10 different blog posts scraped, and I will pass all of these blog posts to the next step. And my expectation is that this step can loop through each of the top ranking blog posts and identify the content gaps for each blog post for me. And in this case, I'm gonna use Gina as a tool, because Gina AI is a tool that has the Gina Reader, and the Gina Reader is specialized in reading the content of one single web page. So if we have the URL from the extra step here, we can just pass that URL to Gina Reader to get the full content of each specific blog post to analyze it in details. Now, the result from EXA, by default, EXA won't return the content inside the page, just the page title, some metadata, and the link. So that's why I need this step, and I prefer breaking them down into 2 separate steps too, because it's more focused for each of these steps. And as you're seeing here, I'm actually using a special node on my part called loop, because from this step I would have multiple blog posts to analyze. So in this step I have an agent to analyze the blog post and identify content gaps, but I will let this agent do this one blog post at a time and loop through all of the blog posts to do the analysis. So this way, the AI agent is better and more reliable as generating outputs too, because it just focuses on one blog post at a time. And then with all of these insights generated from this step, I pass it to the next step to generate the outline for the blog post. And then this outline with this outline, I will have the next step to do a deep research to gather all of the information needed to write the final blog post based on the outline. So based on this outline, this step will extract all of the search queries that we need to do in order to write that blog post based on this outline, and use heavily to conduct deep research online for each of the query. And this is actually also a loop too. Let me change it to AI in loop. This is also a loop because for the deep research, I find that the online research works better when it focuses on one query at a time. So this big outline here would have like multiple aspects we can do research on. So that's why it's best to break down the queries and then just focus on one query at a time. Then I have a step to compile all the keywords could be used in this step. And then I have another one to write the blog post. And then I have after the blog post is ready, I would also want the illustrations being incorporated throughout the blog post. So I would have an orchestrator worker node in this case to both plan and generate the illustrations using DALL-E for me. Now, you may be wondering, why am I using orchestrator worker node in this case? And if you're new to MyPal, you may even ask, what is even orchestrator worker node? Well, orchestrator worker node is essentially a node in the workflow on MyPal that has the ability to autonomously plan a to-do list and assign the right AI agents to execute each task in that to-do list. You should use the orchestrator worker node in cases where the exact tasks are not predefined, and it's like very flexible and changeable based on the context of the workflow. But you just have some overall principle about how this should be carried out. In that case, you can use an orchestrator worker node. In this specific case here, when I have this blog post, I won't know exactly how many images or what kinds of images I would need, right? Some blog posts may require 5 images, some may require just 3, some may not even need one at all. So and because I don't know how many images I want, and I also don't know what kinds of images I need to generate too, because it would need to depend on the content of the blog post. I would have this orchestrator worker node to me for me to do 2 things. First, it needs to plan the image prompts. It needs to identify the areas that we can add an illustration in, generate that image prompt for me, and then call my image generator agent to generate the illustration itself. So after this, I will have a blog post complete with the illustrations. Now, the only thing that's missing is a title for the blog post. And I know that many of my customers often treat this title very seriously, because the title would be like the first impression for the visitors. So I have seen a lot of my customers have like a big guideline of how to construct or how to come up with titles for blog posts. So that's why I and many of my customers often have a dedicated step for brainstorming titles. And you can teach the AI agent how to brainstorm the titles that best fit your use cases. And then you can ask it to suggest something like 10 different 10 different titles for you. And then in the next step, you can pick the best one that you want to move forward with. And we will also need to do the repurposing in this case. So I would also want to ask the end user what kind of channels they want to promote the blog post they have just generated on, before passing this selection information to the next step. Also an orchestrator worker node to generate all the promotional posts that the user needs. Now in this case, I'm using orchestrator worker node again because I don't know the selection of the channels beforehand. Each business is different, so some users may select 2 channels, some may select 3, some may select all of the channels that I have. So because I don't know that information beforehand, I would let the orchestrator worker node to plan the post it needs to write based on the selection of channels from this human step, and then assign to the right content creator agents to generate each promotional post for me. Okay, so that's how I'm structuring this AI workflow. And you should also have clarity about the kind of system you want to build before building that on MyPal. Because on MyPal, we give you a platform for you to freely build any AI agent and multi-agent workflow tailored to your process. So it helps for you to have the clarity about the system you want to build first before building it. And as I'm about to showing you shortly, you shall see that building an AI workflow on MyPal is pretty simple. All you need to do is to go to the workflows page inside your workspace on MyPal, start a new workflow, and describe the kind of workflow you want to build. And MyPal will help generate the initial setup of the workflow for you. That's why I'm telling you that having clarity about the system you want to build is very important, because the clearer you are about what system you want, the better the AI will be at generating the workflow for you, so you don't have to adjust it too much afterwards. So let me quickly describe this whole process into MyPal. So we will my favorite way of describe this process, especially when I have like complete clarity about the system I want to build, is just to put it in a bulleted or order list like this. So in the first step, human provides blog post topic, company info, and references, which is links. Then we have a step to scrape top ranking blog posts. Then loop through each blog post and identify content gaps. Then based on the content gap and insights, we will make a blog post outline. And then we would need to have a step to extract the list of search queries needed to have a full picture of the topic based on the outline, and conduct online research. Then I would need a step to compile a list of keywords to be included in the blog post. So this would be SEO keywords. Then we have a step to write the blog post based on outline, research, and keywords. Then we have a step to image illustrations. So we will need to a step to plan a list of images, image illustrations for the blog post. And generate each image. Then we have another step to brainstorm titles. Then another step to select final title and select the promotion channels from a list of, let's say, LinkedIn, Twitter, Twitter or X, TikTok, email, etc. You can add anything here like Facebook, Instagram, things like that. And then with this selection, we will have an orchestrator worker step to generate all the posts. Okay, and actually I should put this for the 8th step here because it's also an orchestrator worker step. So it's just like clearer to the workflow. Okay, so I think this is pretty good. Let me generate with AI with this. Just like the way I have described this workflow would start with the workflow requesting input from human for the following fields: blog post topic, text, company info text, references, links, which is good. Scrape top ranking blog posts here, and then identify content gaps for each blog post in this list of scraped blog posts here. Then create the blog post outline, extract the queries, and conduct research. Actually, this step it's said that it's a single agent here, but what I want is actually a loop because, as I explained, I want my online researcher agent to focus on one query at a time. So I would need to regenerate that with a clearer prompt so that it can do it properly. And then this is correct. This is an orchestrator worker node right here. Brainstorm titles, select final title, promotion channels, then generate promotion posts. So all is good except for this online online research steps. I'm gonna regenerate, and in the 5th step here, let me told it that this is a loop. So then let's regenerate with AI. Then it will do it again. So this time, hopefully that it will help us. It will set up for us the exact workflow that we are looking for in this case. So this is good. Yeah, this is good. This is content gaps. This is the blog post outline. Good. This is the loop now. So this is correct. Okay. And this is keywords, blog posts, images, orchestrator worker, titles, human input, and generation promotion posts. So everything is good now. Now the last step that you need to do is to assign the right AI agents to each of these steps. So if you already have an existing agent in your library that you have trained for tasks in this workflow, you can just call them out and assign them to execute the task for you in this case. But if you don't have any AI agents yet, don't worry, just leave them as blank, and MyPad will generate the agents for you too, so that you can improve on them later on. Now, since I already have some AI agents for these steps, I'm gonna assign an AI agent from my library. So the top ranking blog post, I think I have my online researcher. Yeah, this one, let me check. It should have access to access search, so that's correct. Then I have my identify content gaps so I think this would be done by the same agent too, online researcher. But the difference is that as I'm showing you here, my online researcher has both access search tool, which will scrape the pages of a given query, and Gina Tavily search or Gina Reader tool to actually no, I think for the content gaps, the Gina thing the Gina tool, I actually have a different agent for that. I think it's called website. Yeah, website content reader here, and it has access to the Gina website reader API, which is a tool dedicated to reading the content of a specific link. As I have explained to you previously, so I'm gonna assign it here. The blog post outline, I already have one outliner, I think, or blog outliner. Let's say outline. Yeah, this one by O3 Mini. Online research, I'm assigning to the same online researcher I'm using in the first step, but there is a difference. Now, as you can see in the tool section of this online researcher, there are two tools: the Tavily web search API tool and the EXA search API tool here. So their purposes are different. The EXA search is for scraping the pages of a given search query, and the Tavily is to getting the search results for a given query that include the content of the pages as well. So I will use EXA for the first step, scrape the blog post, the top ranking blog post of a given topic, so that it can scrape as many blog posts as it could find. But for this general research that I want it to just research everything and compile an answer with an actual answer to my query, I would use Tavily. So we are for now we will assign the online researcher to these two steps, but when we go into inside the AI workflow builder, I will show you how you can instruct the AI agent which tools to use depending on the current assignment. Okay, so SEO keywords, I already have an SEO keyword researcher here. Blog post, I already have blog post writer. Plan and generate images. Essentially, I would need this is an orchestrator worker node. I would need it to plan the image illustrations, the prompts first before using my image generator here to generate the images. So I can assign agent to orchestrate this step. For this, I would assign my image generation prompt generator so that it can generate the prompt that is optimized for each of the images. And then it calls the AI image generator to generate the image for it. Then I have I think I have a blog post title, Brainstormer powered by DeepSeek here. And then for promotion posts, I already for an AI agent to manage this, I actually just need my general agent, because this is quite a straightforward task, and we don't really need a dedicated agent for the task of orchestrate the worker agents, because it's not like something that is very difficult. So I'm gonna assign it the manager agent as a general agent. But the worker agents here, I would assign it all the content creator agents that I have already trained. So here then I have Twitter, then I have and more like TikTok, video script generator, and you can add more agents here too, so that it can assign the right agent to each task. And there are two things you should note in this case. One thing is that the AI workflow, the way it's set up, doesn't have to be the same as this. Feel free to customize it to any process that you see fit. For example, you may not want the steps generate images. You may want a step to search stock photos instead of generating abstract images with AI. You can change it with the search stock photos step instead. Or if you want to have an additional step to generate the meta tags for the blog post, things like the title, the description tags, and all of those things, you can add that steps here too. Or maybe you can have maybe you have like very specific knowledge sources you want the AI to research. You can customize that inside the AI agent by connecting the AI agent to that specific knowledge source as a tool. So so that's the first thing. You don't have to stick to the structure that I'm showing you. Okay. The second thing that you need to take into consideration is that the AI agents here are also very critical in getting you the right results. For each of the AI agents here, you can train them a lot of things so that they can work exactly the way you want. For example, all of the LinkedIn post writer here, you should add you should like select the right model to power them. For example, when it comes to content writing, I often prefer Claude 3.5 Sonnet, but you may have other preferences. You may train them on your custom data so they have better context about your business. You may add a brand voice to this AI agent so that they can write in the exact style that you want. Or you can add tools to the AI agents, essentially adding extra capabilities for the AI agents. So you should take some time to train the AI agents too. So that you can get the best results possible out of this workflow. Okay, but now that the workflow is structure is pretty good, you can click create to create this workflow inside your workspace like this. And now it's time for you to take a closer look into each of these steps and make further adjustments if needed before you can start using it inside your workspace as an internal productivity tool, or share it as a form here so that you can share with others with a shareable link, or embed on your website with an iframe code. But for now, let's take a closer look into each of these steps to see if there's any adjustments we should do. Now, the first step, collect initial inputs here. I think blog post topic is text is okay. Company info text is okay. The reference links, type links here. I think maybe I can make it optional, and I can have a max link count, which is 10 here. And then I can go to the next step, scrape top ranking blog posts. This step would need to use the EXA search API tool. And so here, because if you recall, this online researcher actually has both the Tavily search and EXA search tool, but in this case, we just need one EXA search tool. You should add some instruction like using the EXA search API tool, scrape the top ranking blog post related to the topic here. And I think just the topic is enough, so I'm gonna remove this. If you are new to MyPal, this purple thing is actually this signifies that this is a mentioned value from elsewhere in this workflow. So in this case, this blog post topic comes from the collect initial inputs step blog post topic. So that's why if you add it here, it will appear as a purple. So this is a variable. And so when you put a simple instruction like this, the online researcher would know what tool it needs to use, and it would not use like both tools for this step, which is unnecessary. So yeah, so this is the first step. After we get all the links, we would pass the script top ranking blog post here from this green step. And then for each blog post in this, I will have my website content reader to identify the content gaps in the blog post. Now, we actually don't need this because like the website content writer can just focus on each blog post at a time in here. And I already have this set up on the top to extract each blog post, so we don't need to repeat it here. Then we have the blog post outliner to create a blog post based on the identified content gaps. I think I should provide the topic too, so it always has an anchor to refer to. So this is a blog post topic. Make sure to add the company information and the references too, because all of these informations are needed for the outline, not just the identified content gaps insights. And then after we have this outline, we have the My Online Researcher to conduct a research for every single queries needed from the outline here. And in this case, I need to ask it to using the Tavily search tool. Just the Tavily search API tool is enough. The task is not to extract search queries, but conduct the online search for each search query extracted right here. And it also doesn't have, we don't have to repeat this input because we already have it here. So and then we have this step to compile a list of SEO keywords it shouldn't be based on the online research. It may be, but I think the more important things to consider would be the outline and the topic. So I'm gonna copy this information here and paste it here. So this step, SEO keywords need to know about all of this. Also the outline, the blog post outline. From this create blog post outline step, conduct online research may not be needed, so I can remove it here. And then I have my blog post writer to write the blog post based on the outline, online research, keywords, and also make sure it must know about the topic, company information, and references too. Then I have my image generation prompt generator to plan a list of image generation prompts for the blog post, and assign the AI image generator agent to generate each image that you can see here. Now, in reality, when you run this workflow, you should take this chance to be very specific about the kind of images you expect here. A simple prompt like this is good, is okay, but it may not guarantee you the best possible results. So you should elaborate more on the kind of the style of the images that you want, and any instructions like do not include words inside the images, for example, here, so that this orchestrator agent would remember all of these instructions when it orchestrate my AI image generator to generate the images. So then we have the blog title brainstormer to brainstorm potential titles for the blog post here, and so that I can select the final title, select the promotion channels before I pass it to the last step to generate the post for each selected promotion channel. Given the final title here, given this promotion channel, so this is a promotion channels selected from this step, and also I would need to add the blog post content from this write blog post step, so that the agent would also have the content to refer to when it writes the promotional post. And for this step, I would give it a bunch of content creator agents I have trained on, so that it can assign the right agents to each channel. And that's it. That's how you can build an AI workflow like this on MyPal. Now that your workflow is ready, you can start running this workflow for different blog post ideas that you have. I will leave the link to try this workflow and also the link to duplicate this workflow into your workspace for further customization in the video description. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next videos.